I know Climate Resources Group is an organization that I founded earlier this year with a real focus on seizing opportunities at the intersection of climate change and energy. So cannabis isn't front and center of the organization's mission, but I realized fairly shortly after beginning the company, there was a huge opportunity to really help cannabis investors and cultivators and growers and stakeholders find ways to produce the crop with a lower environmental footprint. As some of your listeners may know, producing cannabis commercially indoors requires a lot of electricity to power the lights, to power the cooling systems, to power all the fans and the different systems there. And it adds up in terms of significant energy footprint, environmental footprint, and carbon intensity. So I figured there was a way to really help people figure out how to produce this cash crop in a much more environmentally friendly way. My background is really in energy efficiency and clean energy, and policy as well. So I've come at this from a fairly high level perspective. So looking at climate and energy policy broadly and thinking about what sorts of things that companies can do to really bring down the environmental footprint of their everyday operations. I'm thinking about it collectively across the country. All the things that we do to produce widgets and run our businesses, they do have this impact. And so I've been looking at this from a policy level for the last few years and trying to figure out ways, how can government, society kind of help these entrepreneurs reduce their energy use. So thinking about ways that the cities can help do this, that the states can help kind of reduce impact, something that I've been thinking a lot about. And to that end, seeing that there are ways that we can introduce solar power, for example, to companies that have a lot of high energy use. Introduce energy efficient technologies, for example, can be a great way to help people save energy. And all this ultimately, at the end of the day, kind of helps to save the producers money as well, because they're paying less to produce whatever widget that is. And in the cannabis space, it's a different industry, of course, but at the same time, it's a process, a manufacturing process that has inputs. And if there's a better way to do it that requires less energy input, then let's do that, especially for an industry that is as energy intensive as cannabis cultivation.